Hey guys, what is up? And I welcome each and every one of you to a new League of Legends video. So it seems like the new champion is kind of revealed. Now the reveal page is here. Now it's not like the NA or the EU page, it's on the G Arena. So it's a little bit of a buggy page because I'm not sure if it's just really laggy or it's just not fully finished here or what. But you can see here, the new champion is ready to go and should be on the PBE server later today. And I'll have gameplay videos for you guys up for that later on in the day. So let's take a look at the reveal page and see exactly what we're dealing with here. So this is how she looks like, right? Kaisa is her name. Apparently she is the daughter of Kassadin. This is the daughter of the Void right here. So we're just assuming that she is the daughter of Kassadin. And you can see here, you know, to survive among predators, Kaisa becomes one-stranded for years with no hope of rescue. She endures through sheer will and symbiotic second skin adapted from a living Void creature. Now the daughter of the Void emerges an apex hunter torn between two worlds, the one that birthed her and the one that made her. So which obviously implies that she's Kassadin's daughter, because Kassadin was a human who got kind of like trapped or something in the Void as well, and he became this kind of Void creature as well. So, you know, it kind of makes sense, right? So we have her abilities here, but unfortunately the video doesn't actually work to show her off and to show off, you know, any like playing as Kaisa and stuff like that. So we'll just read them and we'll kind of get an idea for that. And it seems like that leak for Kaisa actually was not true. And I thought that they actually did change her abilities because, again, from what I've played, you know, they said that it still may change, but they actually apparently didn't really change anything. So this is actually the Kaisa that I personally have played. So let's see exactly what it's, you know, the dealio here is, I guess. So we have a passive called Second Skin. Two parts of it. Caustic Wounds. Kaisa's basic attacks mark enemies with plasma, dealing increased bonus damage after a few successive attacks, which is going to be, it's 5 successive attacks. The plasma ruptures for a burst of damage based on the target's missing health, and it's a lot. It's about 20%. Nearby allies immobilizing effects add stacks of plasma, which is really very good. Living Weapon. Kaisa's symbiotic suit adapts to her chosen attack style, evolving her abilities based on permanent stats gained from shop item and experience levels. So pretty much for her QWE, as you get enough like attack speed or AD, it'll evolve the ability even further. So, number 1 ability technically. Icathian Rain. Kaisa releases a swarm of missiles evenly distributed among nearby enemies with additional hits on the same target, dealing slightly reduced damage. Nearby allies immobilizing effects add stacks of plasma, and if you upgrade it by getting enough AD, she fires significantly more missiles. So essentially the way this works, from what I remember, is she will just fire. You can use this while running and, you know, moving, I believe, if I remember correctly. But essentially what you do is you just fire these bunch of plasma beams around you, and it just hits essentially the closest thing to you, right? That's pretty much what it does. It's just, I really don't know a better way to explain it other than just these beams fly out of her and just hit something really close to her. Next, we have Void Seeker. She fires off a beam of void energy, revealing the first enemy hit, dealing magic damage and applying stacks of plasma. Living Weapon. With enough bonus ability power, which is interesting, ability power, Void Seeker deals more damage and partially refunds the cooldown on champion hits. Now this one is very similar to like a Jin W, I would say. It's just a very long range, kind of very thin missile that just fires and you hit someone, and I'm pretty sure it hit minions as well. It just does a lot of damage. It applies a stack of her plasma, which you'll see is very, very useful actually with her ultimate. Then we have her E ability. Kaisa's supercharge, or it's called Supercharger, and Kaisa charges up, briefly increasing her movement speed but losing the ability to attack. After charging up, Kaisa whips out the big guns to increase her attack speed for a few seconds. Basic attacks reduce Supercharger's cooldown. With Living Weapon, with enough attack speed, bonus attack speed, she briefly gains invisibility. Now this is essentially a Vayne Q. If you think about it, it's almost like a Vayne Q and Lucian E kind of combined into one ability almost. And then if, of course, you get enough attack speed, you also become invisible when you actually go, quote unquote, tumble and, you know, go across, which is really, really strong, and it really sets up a lot of big plays. So it's really good. It is really good. And then her ultimate is called Killer Instincts. Kaisa dashes at extremely high speed with long range to a location near an enemy champion marked with plasma and briefly gains a damage absorbing shield. So essentially a champion that you have applied your passive to, again, which also works with your W. So if someone's running away, boom, snipe him with the W, follow up with ult, and then go for the kill. So it's very hard to escape from her. This doesn't do any damage from what I remember, but it does have a fairly long range actually, and you can just instantly teleport to them pretty much, and you get a shield, and you can just continue the pursuit, right? So she's someone that continues the pursuit. She's someone that sticks on her target really, really well and doesn't let people get away from her, and it's very, very strong. So that's pretty much what her kit is. From what I remember, her passive just absolutely, it does an obscene amount of damage. It's literally 20% of their missing health. So if you get them down to low and you get that final 5th auto attack, which I believe it is 5, it will completely just melt them. Very, very strong. Her Q ability is good for spam. Her W is just really good for, long range harass and also to work with her passive. Her E just gives her the mobility she needs, and her ultimate kind of ensures that she can stick on her target. So she doesn't have too much damage in her regular abilities, but her passive makes up for that, from what I remember. Now, playing as Kai'Sa. As Kai'Sa, you're a threat that's never far, because of your ultimate. Hunting down would-be killers and diving into danger to emerge the sole survivor. Track and tag isolated enemies with a Void Seeker, which I believe is her W. Then follow up with your ultimate and a merciless Akithian Rain, which is her Q. On the off chance they survive the initial onslaught, a supercharge will keep you in range for a rapid-fire takedown. In team fights, strike at blinding speed with your Killer Instinct, which I think is your E. No? What's her... Oh, that's her ultimate. Positioning Kai'Sa at the optimal angle to avoid pesky crowd control and a shot blocking front lines. That carry in the back, no one can get to. Kai'Sa can, but you'd better be ready to fight your way out once you're in deep. Yeah, because if you ult in like that, I mean, you get a shield and stuff, which is great, but you better get the hell out of there ASAP, because all the carries in the back they're all the damage. They'll focus you down in seconds, so you gotta be really careful. So that's essentially the new champion, boys and girls. Check it out, tips and tricks, Watch for enemies wandering without backup, but could also keep an eye out for allies already in combat. If they can immobilize and mark an enemy with plasma, Killer Instinct is a free ticket for a fast kill, which it really is. Very long range. Living Weapons turns key items purchases into serious power spikes, so you want to, I guess, get items that will increase those abilities. So usually it'll be Q and E, and if you decide to play her as an AP champion, you'll increase your W, I guess, which is going to be weird, but I guess it's going to be, it could be a build, we'll try it out on the PvE, full AP or something, we'll see how it is. And with the Akithian Rune, she can annihilate an enemy isolated enough to take full damage from the missile salvo. Kai'Sa is at her most murderous when she's making good use of her autos. Her passive means each one hits extra hard, and a constant assault will drastically reduce the cooldown on supercharge, so you can keep repositioning. So she's honestly a lot of fun. A very, very cool champion, very interactive, very strong, very effective, very mobile and agile. So pretty cool. So there you guys have it, the reveal of the new ADC champion called Kai'Sa, Kassadin's daughter, we believe. I'll have videos of her from the PvE server on my channel, guys. I'll play her bot, I'll play her mid, I'll play her AP, and we'll see exactly what we can do. But if you're excited, then make sure to hit it with that like button. I am excited as well. I'm very, very excited to go on the PvE and play her finally. So yeah, again, let me know what you think about it down below, guys, and I'll see you in a bit for the PvE gameplay. Peace.